Am I the a-hole for not helping my girlfriend when she doesn't take her medication? My 25 male girlfriend, 24 female, has pretty bad ADHD. She's supposed to take medication daily to help manage it. However, sometimes she skips a day because either she forgets or chooses not to. The problem is that when she's off her meds, the ADHD is pretty bad. She'll forget she put something on the stove, or if she sets a timer to remind herself to do something, she'll just dismiss it without doing it. I used to help her by reminding her of food cooking, her meetings, other obligations, etc., but I've decided to stop. We read a book on ADHD relationships, and I realized that we were falling into a parent-child dynamic that I didn't want. I've decided that I'm not going to play the role of the parent anymore, and she's going to have to deal with the consequences of her actions. I've stopped reminding her of things, and over the past few weeks, she's burnt food, missed meetings, and now she's mad at me for not helping her when she forgets things. I told her that I'm willing to help, but only if she's willing to help herself by taking her medication daily. Now for some of the comments. We don't know that her doctor didn't recommend it. Forgetting is a different matter, but on the days that she chooses not to, it could be on the doctor's recommendation. If it's the doctor's recommendation, she needs to go back to the doctor and talk about how badly it's going for her because it's not working. Instead, she's blaming her boyfriend for everything that goes wrong, and that's not going to help anyone. Yeah, OP literally said she is supposed to take medication daily to help manage it. However, sometimes she skips a day because she either forgets or chooses not to. All this dependency stuff is important, but totally irrelevant to this post. Nobody is disagreeing with you. We're just saying that she shouldn't decide for herself how often to medicate. Clearly she's having issues while off her meds, and she's taking that frustration out on OP, which is very unfair. If she feels changes are necessary, then those decisions should be made while talking to a professional about the matter. Hey, actual ADHD person here, but there's been a study in the past years that having off days from meds can lead to worsening symptoms on top of depression, anxiety, and agitation. I've been to numerous doctors in the past, and the one thing I've learned is if they don't specialize in ADHD, take their opinions with a grain of salt. The reason for having days off for medicine is almost exclusively for kids, since in such a crucial growth development stage, they need to have days off with a more normal appetite and to make sure they're getting proper nutrients to grow. Sure, your body may build up an immunity to some degree on pills, but that's pretty much the case for all medicine. I don't stop taking my antidepressants because they stopped working as well. I get a stronger dose or change prescription. I'll have to ask my doctor for a link to the study again since I'm struggling to find it on my own. Am I the a-hole for uninviting my parents to my wedding after my mom said, "I don't care about your effing wedding"? I'm engaged to the love of my life. We'll call her Sarah. Sarah doesn't have any issue with my parents, but there is a little tension on both sides, and no one has attempted to be close, which is fine, I guess. It makes me a little sad that they are not more excited about her. Sarah asked my mom the other day if she could help make centerpieces. Sarah is into DIY, but we are running out of time, and she was asking around to see who would be willing to help. She admitted to my mom that it was kind of grunt work, and if she didn't want to, no pressure. My mom got offended and said, of course, she doesn't want to. We haven't cared about her at all, so she doesn't care about our effing wedding. This hurt Sarah, but she didn't fight back. Sarah told me, and I called my mom. Honestly, I probably went into it a bit aggressively, but I yelled at her for saying that to Sarah. My mom said that Sarah hasn't included her in any of the fun parts or cared about her opinion on anything, so why would she help make centerpieces? I asked her to apologize to Sarah, and my mom said no. She said she was done talking about it, so I uninvited her to the wedding. My dad sent me a text because I said he could still come and pretty much told me to blow off if I thought he would come without my mom. My mom is now upset because everyone is going to ask where she is. Sarah is very happy and feels like I defended her, and literally everyone else thinks I'm the butthole. Now for some of the comments. To me, fun stuff sounds more like she wanted to stick her nose in where it didn't belong. Unless she legitimately wasn't invited to showers, etc., where she had an expectation to be invited to, in which case, maybe there is a reason for her to feel hurt. But that never excuses lashing out like that. Edited. You're the butthole. I can't believe how poorly she was treated. It's no wonder she was upset. Trying to hide what you did just makes it even worse. Question is your mom right? Was she not included in any of the fun stuff? Because if she wasn't, then I totally get why your mom would be upset, even if Sarah asked her politely. Edit. Based on your comments, I'm editing my comments to say you're the butthole and so is Sarah. You both excluded your mom in everything. Sarah doesn't want her there for any of the wedding stuff, but seems to think it's okay to ask her to do emergency DIY for your wedding. I would be livid too, though I would have worded things differently. You are basically telling your parents, my fiance hates you enough not to involve you in anything, and I agree with her, but you should still want to be at our wedding and play happy family. Am I the butthole for telling the truth to our daughter about what is and isn't for girls? Hi all, my wife and me have one daughter, Freya. She's 5 and a lovely kid. When she was born, we decided that while we wouldn't go full gender neutral, we wouldn't push her into being more traditionally feminine/masculine. As it stands, Freya has a variety of interests. She loves playing football with me outside, and I've even taught her some light boxing. She also has an entirely pink room and loves trying on dresses and playing around with makeup. We do our best to avoid saying that certain things are for boys/for girls and just want her to do things that she enjoys. Obviously, she's a bright kid, and inevitably she's asking questions about what she sees for herself. I was watching a match, and Freya asked if football was meant for boys because we always see men playing it on TV, and at her school only boys play, etc. I hesitated, but in the end said that yes, football is mostly played by boys. Freya asked if it was bad that she likes playing it, but I said she could play what she wants. My wife was really unhappy with me because we'd always agreed that we wouldn't give her a traditional upbringing. I agree with her, but we also can't treat our daughter like an idiot. She's noticed this, and if we lie, she'll know that we're lying to her. I'm perfectly happy for her to be whatever she wants, but I also want to treat her with respect and not sugarcoat things, which will ultimately make things worse in the long run. Am I the butthole? Now for some comments. Gentle, you're the butthole. Girls play football everywhere. Yes, TV focuses on the boys' game, but you could have easily clarified that that's just TV. I think OP is referring to American football. While there are some women playing it, it's a minuscule amount compared to boys/men playing. It's a factual statement. That being said, it doesn't mean it's for any sex in particular. A college in the US has a female kicker, and a high school in Hawaii starting quarterback is a girl. But both those cases have been widely reported due to their uniqueness. No buttholes here. Edit. Several people have pointed out the use of the word match. I missed that reading this yesterday. I agree, that term isn't a common term in the US. Game is used instead. If OP was referring to soccer, then he's a massive butthole. I just couldn't imagine anyone saying that about soccer and therefore assumed American football. But he didn't say it's for boys. He said it's mostly played by boys, which is entirely correct. I feel like he had the perfect wording to that answer and then even followed it up with the fact that she can play whatever she wants to. Dad did a good job here. Edit to add that I read this as American football. What did you think of today's stories? Add your comments below. Be sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell to be notified about future videos.